This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
Went to Deadwood from Vegas and isn't coming back until casinos open here as they are there. Well, hey, man, I don't blame him. All right, let's get into a little Last Dance. Horace Grant. He is obviously not happy with Michael Jordan. Look, this is a series that when you're telling a story, certain people aren't going to look good. Okay? The owner, Jerry Reinsdorf, he can talk all the BS he wants. He doesn't look good in this. Okay? Jerry Krause, I get it. He's not alive anymore. He doesn't look good in this. All right? There are just certain people that they did things that it wasn't the right thing to do. And it was obvious. And Horace Grant, notice how nobody is defending Horace. Nobody's coming out in defense of Horace Grant. So Horace Grant is not happy with Jordan and not happy that he was kind of labeled a snitch because apparently he had a great relationship with Sam Smith. And apparently nobody else on the team had a great relationship with Sam Smith in the way that Ho had it. And so he's figured as the guy that gave him the information. Nobody else is fighting for Horace Grant. Now, let's hear Horace Grant, who is pissed off with Michael and the documentary.
As I stated to everybody, that is a downright, outright, completely lie. Lie. And as I stated, if MJ had a grudge with me, let's settle it like, man, let's talk about it, or we can settle it another way. I have never seen, quote unquote, a number two guy as decorated as Scottie Pippen portrayed so badly in terms of the migraine, in terms of the 1.6 or 7 seconds. Selfish. I have never seen this in all of my life. When that so-called documentary is about one person, basically, and he has the last word on what's going to be put out there, it's not a documentary. It's his narrative of what happened in the last quote-unquote dance. He said, I was a snitch, but yet and still after 30 or 35 years, he brings up his rookie year going into one of his teammates' room and seeing coke and weed and women. My point is, why in the hell did he want to bring that up? What's that got to do with anything? If you want to call somebody a snitch, that's a damn snitch right there. 90% of it was, I don't know if I can say it on air, but BS. It wasn't real because a lot of things that he said to some of his teammates went back at him, but all of that was kind of edited out of the documentary, if you want to call it a documentary. It's only a grudge, man. I'm telling you, it was only a grudge. And I think he proved that during this so-called documentary when if you say something about him, he's going to cut you off. He's going to try to destroy your character. Charles Barkley, they've been friends for over 20, 30 years, and he said something about Michael's management with the Charlotte Bobcats or the Charlotte Hornets, and then they haven't spoken since then.
All right, so there's a lot of things here. First of all, on going against him, I think the Kerr thing came out, and Kerr actually even talked about how he kind of also went back at Jordan, that Jordan actually respected that, and that's where their relationship grew from that. Okay. As for Scottie, I didn't need the documentary for the migraine. Scottie earned that. It's a bad moment for Scottie, dude. Great players don't do things like that. And you got to also be the bigger man in that moment, and Scottie wasn't. He had to understand that that was the key right there. The coach has to call the right play for the right person. He did, and he couldn't handle the truth. Okay? The migraines are a bitch, dude. I don't really think the migraine stuff I don't think was portrayed in a negative light, but how else do you portray you sitting out of the most important moment in the Eastern Conference playoff game? How do you do that? You can't. There's only one way to portray that, And that was a punk-ass move by Scotty, and that punk-ass move has stuck with him forever. And that's going to be something that's going to stick with him forever. They didn't need the documentary. Isaiah Thomas was an a-hole. I didn't need the documentary. I watched him. I watched his whole career. It wasn't just about Jordan rules. That team and that specific player, I saw him take cheap shots at players in NBA games all the time. Isaiah Thomas was a king-size asshole when he played. You get what you deserve, okay? Scottie Pippen sat out like a little bitch because they didn't call his number. You get what you deserve. And nobody is coming out and saying, Horace is right. Apparently, everybody else on that team thinks Horace Grant was the one that was telling the reporter everything that was going on behind the scenes. Yeah. Nope. There's not a person that is defending Horace Grant on that team. So Horace Grant, to me, sounds like a bitter individual because now he's getting more pub on his story. You youngins are learning about Pippen. You know what I mean? That's old for us. You youngins are learning now about Isaiah Thomas. That's old for us. The whole Grant stuff, that's actually stuff that's becoming more concrete because that was kind of more of a thing that was rumored and talked about and all that. Now it's getting really publicized. And Horace Grant is getting, obviously, the heat from it. And it's Michael's documentary. So he has to have the last say. It's his documentary. He controls it all. I mean, to me, Horace Grant has nothing to stand on. Is getting the negativity that he earned. He should have chose to stay in the game that day.
Oh, and he totally compounded it by saying he'd do the same thing over again. It's dude, it's 30 years. You haven't learned yet?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
The fact that Scotty said I would do it all over again, that's ignorant. Really? So you'd back up. See, at that moment, I get it, Scotty. They haven't paid you. They owe you money. They should pay you a lot more money. But your stupid ass signed a 7-year contract. So you burned yourself. What do you expect a business to do if they have you under a cheaper price and it allows them to better the rest of their team with that money? Of course, they're going to do that. So, I mean, again, Scotty, I don't blame anybody but Scotty. You signed a 7-year contract, and now you want to whine about money? Well, you're the idiot, bro. Nobody signs a 7-year contract.
Scottie Pippen does.
So that's on you, Scotty. You wanted to quit on your team? That's on you, Scotty. I can't help you, bro. You wanted to marry Larsa Pippen? That's on you, Scotty. She's cheating on you and using your private plane to fly Future around to bang her? That's on you, Scotty. Not on me. It's not on you either out there. It's all on Scotty. So, Ho, I get it. You're pissed and you're mad and all that stuff, but my man, you got nothing to stand on. Nothing. Nothing.